So I decided to make a video about VTMB 2 and to see if I could fall in love with it like everyone else praising it so much.
Ahmed Mohsin. Ya Ahmed ya Mohsin.
This game has a great reputation because of its IP. Damn, I had to keep my expectations as low as possible. Because, honestly, I've been trying to stay positive about this game. I don't like vampire stories to begin with. The first game was praised for its world settings, character builds, the main story lore, and the dark, deep post-apocalyptic atmosphere. The combat was pretty okay, and also you can build your character however you like in the first game. There is also mod support for that game, which was a good thing. Now, just out of curiosity, I wanted to ask everyone, how much of the vampire stories and vampire tabletop games are you familiar with? Please let me know your answers in the comments below. I'm sorry for the late uploads these days. I'm feeling kind of sick of video games in 2024 and beyond. Because of the live service garbage and Ubisoft's new Star Wars Outlaws outrage price gone out of hand.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Well, anyway, no one cares about it. There's always some people will pay for it and defend these stupid stuffs. Now, I want to say, thank you for making my channel reach 6,000 subscribers. Keep supporting me like this until my channel reaches 100k subscribers for keep me motivated to make more informative videos. And also, does anyone have any new news about Bloodlines 2? It's been over 3 months since the game was revealed anything, and I bet VTMB fans would love to hear some good news. Alright, let's get down to business. Now, coming back to present day. I'm disappointed at Bloodlines 2 gameplay trailer. After watching the recent gameplay reveal trailer, and the all 4 playable clans, 15 seconds combat feature videos, I'll be honest with you all, it just doesn't sound like Bloodlines 2 anymore to me. But I just don't see how this is a successor to the first game. But so far, I've been gathering information about the game's new features, such as clans, and gained insights into how the developers take in the story and gameplay aspects. So, what are the expectations for VTMB 2, considering the progress of the game up to now? I'm keeping my expectations as low as possible. This way, I'll be pleasantly surprised if it does come out to be good, and I won't be really bothered if it doesn't. I usually like to start out by listing the positives, but I am having a lot of trouble finding anything good to say about the game. I guess the graphics look somewhat decent, and there is some kind of nice environment shown. Of course, on the flip side, we could also criticize the very stiff facial animations, but I am usually more forgiving on that sort of stuff. I don't need super high fidelity graphics provided the game has an appealing art style and good gameplay and story, but so far I am not even seeing that. And also, yeah, there's a slim chance it can actually be good, but everything I've seen so far, everything I hear indicates that the development of this game has been nothing but a dumpster fire that is likely only going to be shame for the vampire Masquerade IP. I don't want to be that guy who criticized the game before the game releases or before playing it. I'm keeping an open mind. It could be good. I don't want to be like one of those people who say stuff like this game is not going to be a successor to the first game, or another microtransactions pit hole. But does anyone else feel this way? Let me know in the comments below. What's your opinion on this case? Well, I'm definitely more disappointed now than before after the 15-second clan reveal trailer. And all the gameplay they have shown has just been a flashy showcase of vampire powers activating with no real substance or context, likely meaning they don't particularly have anything interesting to show. Also, recently we know the official developer of this game, the Chinese Room, which as far as I can tell has only ever developed walking sims like Dear Esther and such like other indie games. All games are not bad or worst, the majority of big AAA Studios games are either cash grab or unpolished releases or cut contents and make little chunk of paid DLC nonsense. And this is the best part, guys. The game will cost you more than what they are worth. So, to make any sense of what I'm talking about here and why I'm sick of video games, I'll get straight to the point. And I'm gonna point out two big AAA studios particularly on this video. Number one is Rocksteady Studios and Warner Bros. Publisher. And the other one, as everyone knows, Ubisoft. Now, we all know about both of these studios and their latest live service games they released. And also, I want to point out both of these games were in development for 9 to 10 years. This part I will talk about later in the video. Or maybe I'll make another different video about these topics for now. Now, let's jump into Bloodlines 2. We all know, Bloodlines 2 went through a lot of development problems in the past. There were also some new gameplay footages leaked from a cancelled early build of the game. Seeing these footages, something fundamentally was wrong with this version, or it quiet not ready and made a quick put together assets or rushed out soon. I'm just speculating in this case, since I have no personal insights, but it's definitely been a thing for me through the years. Hardsuit Labs is the previous developers of this game, spending lots of time being terrible, or did not meet the publisher expectations, or was not the right people for this sequel. It also might explain why they changed the developers and is the way it is, because I'm almost certain they were planning on it being way more systemic and simulation driven early on. But systemic design has always proven hard to sell and even harder to make, let alone convince outsider investors easily persuade by marketable strike visuals, not so much deep systematic or simulation consistency. And their original plans probably got canned when they rebooted development back in 2018 or in 2019. But it felt like Vampire Bloodlines, one which also didn't have deep immersive RPG style systemic. But you could see that more attention was given to its visual presentation, which, I gotta be honest, their immersive dialogue system was amazing and a step up compared to most of the other similar games, but on a whole. Anyway, I hope that big mainstream hits like Hogwarts Legacy or Elden Ring demonstrated this value. Writing how game development production pipeline should function to create a space for more systemic game design leaps. Instead of just merely visual or PowerPoint presentations for marketing some hypes until the game releases and fails to deliver the promise or hype it had. What I believe it wasn't so much a sunken cost, since the assets and work was handed to Paradox's chosen developers to continue the work on. But since we've had no information until 2022 or 2023, they did announce the new devs and what they've done with all the assets so far. In development, it isn't that simple as handing over assets from one dev studio to another and it automatically fitting their work pipeline. Usually, when handing existing work over, they prefer to start with a clean slate. If you look at the new post-alpha screenshots, they look quite different. The new Seattle-themed atmosphere, and there's also new stuff like snowy streets. I think after seeing this old footage, I'm curious about the new take. I mean, I would love to be proven wrong on this, but everything I see of the game, everything I hear indicates that development of this game has been nothing but a dumpster fire that is likely only going to produce faming garbage. They just didn't give us more information to go on. There's always somewhat of a difference between each clan factions and what you actually get, of course, but it's encouraging they talked about story-related bits, but keeping everything closed doors. Now I'm going to talk about some sensible things in this part. The first thing is, everyone included me, are complaints about the game before it comes out, and when the game comes out it flops terribly because it's garbage. Eventually, these studios are shy away or stop making a sequel, leading towards closing down the studio, which worked on these games until the release. The second part is, people stop complaining about how bad the game looks and how the performance is going to be when it launches. It comes out, and despite it being garbage of a game, it gets bad returns, but not so bad that it keeps someone from making a sequel to the prequel. What I have seen so far, what I'm guessing is, that there is some possibility as well that the game isn't garbage. But just considering these two parts, why wouldn't we be better off with the second one? Or maybe we really couldn't make much a difference. My guess is that we probably won't get a sequel after sequel. Either way it's good or bad or garbage, there are people ready to buy these games anyway. Now, coming back to Bloodlines 2. Remember how Bloodlines 2 was marketed with a big deal, being put on the fact that we will have the same quality of the first game with its original lead writers? That is all gone now. I'm sad that Bloodlines 2 original concept has been canned and now reworked again from scratch. But I'm still skeptical about Bloodlines 2 gameplay and how the writing's going to be. And also, the new Chinese room developer has nothing to do with that decision, they just picked up on an opportunity that came their way. However, in the studio reveal trailer they have mentioned they are the one who writing the story and how good at it. Which isn't to say they can't write a good story here, I'm hoping it's good. But I just don't know if it has any resemblance to the original plan. Now I have no idea if they've scrapped pre-alpha build completely or just reworked it from scratch and kept the main plot points. They could have changed the main story but reused the same NPC characters or some of assets or kept some side of the ideas here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what's your opinion on this case. So, the story takes new turn after Hard Suit Labs out of commission in this new storyline. Apparently, we are no longer going to be playing a thin blood trying to survive and earn respect of other clans, but an elder vampire named Fire, who awakes after 300 years. I think it's a good idea. And also, I think it's a very dumb idea because the nature of a video game, especially an RPG, involves progression. But it's not like we have a voice in the matter at this point. So, at launch of the game, we have only 4 playable clans available. Honestly, even if we have 4 clans to work with, I would be shocked if it looked much like the Bloodlines one. They seem to be going for more serious tone than the original, and I don't think that fits the theme here. From Bloodlines 1 also just doesn't fit that. The only time I've ever genuinely been disappointed is when I learned we play as an entirely predefined character named Fire, who been in sleep for 300 years and recently woken up new timeline with no previous memories from her past. I know this game wasn't going to surpass the original by a long shot, but the more the new developer the Chinese room reveals about the game, the more annoyed and disappointed I am. I honestly prefer the story about a thin blood choosing what clan or faction to play as, more than an elder vampire waking up in the present day and have no memories at all. But I'll wait to see how the game is going to turn out. Right now, the way gaming communities are talking about the game makes it seem like they're judging Bloodlines 2 as if it was always meant to be a game that surpasses the first game. Or in big AAA, game which has quantity over quality here. Now, I know this is not a big AAA studio. Paradox is probably very aware that they're taking a huge gamble, and as a result, it's highly likely that this game doesn't have a huge budget to back it up. You can see from the reveal trailer, the animations was a little stiff, character models was okay, and also the voice acting to be average, even if they're limited. These are all things that were present in every game launched these days. The number of playable clans is a little disappointing for me, but I'd rather wait and see which clans they are going to add as in DLC before passing my opinion on them. If they've picked 4 clans that are very distinct, I'll be pretty happy. Let's be honest, Bloodlines 1 had 7 playable clans to begin with, which are the Bruja, the Toreador, the Malkavians, the Ventru, the Gangrel, the Tremere, and finally the Nosferatu. But out of these clans, only the Malkavian and Nosferatu provided drastically different play through experiences from the first game so far. Now, please note that the first game had more RPG systems integrated, such as physical attributes, social attributes, mental attributes, separate talents, different skill tree, knowledge attributes, disciplines attributes. In short, people just need to temper their expectations and stop being so negative. I'm not expecting this game to be a 10 out of 10, but if it's a Vampire the Masquerade proper sequel, then I'll be happy. Now, in my opinion, having a fixed character with limited customization options to begin with, the clan choices are too limited. There was no RPG elements here. This is more like action-adventure game in the vampire timeline. At least that's what I got from the reveal trailer so far. At this point, we'll have to wait and see for official trailer, which actually showcases a real-time gameplay and the combat aspects. I don't think the 15-second trailers actually counts here. And also, I'm quite interested to see how the NPC interaction's going to be. So, that's all I want to talk about in this video. If you like what you saw and can't wait for more good videos like these, then hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss my new uploads. And while you're at it, why not give this video a like and share it with your friends? As always, thank you for watching. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Can you hear it? My blood is singing. I will wait for you.